I matched
Today's
with a guy on
video,
Hinge who lives in
woman
my
was
apartment
shocked as she
complex.
saw
So I
two
had seen
women
this guy
propose to their
around
boyfriends.
before. We have these
I saw two women propose to their boyfriends today. Two. Two of them. Two women in separate bodies on this here app. Separate bodies, they're different people. Different souls, different bodies. Two of them. Not one, but two. 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 Ooh, boy. We've lost the fucking plot. I'm gonna be sick on everyone. Everyone's gonna get throw up on them. Because what the fuck is going on? What's next? We start paying his family to marry us? Okay. All right. No. One of them, hey. Both of them got down on one knee. One of them even asked his father for his hand in marriage. Has everyone gone mad? Has everyone gone mad? I want you to promise me that if you ever see me doing some shit like that, you'll put a bullet between my eyes. I can't be doing that. I'm gonna throw up.
This woman is shocked that she saw two women propose to their boyfriends. Think about why that's shocking to her. If we're living in an age of equality, if women are independent and empowered, if relationships are supposed to be partnerships between equals, why is a woman proposing surprising? Because most women don't actually want equality in romance. They want men to pursue, court, risk rejection, spend money on rings, plan elaborate proposals, and carry all the emotional vulnerability. A woman proposing flips that script. Suddenly, she's the one taking the risk, being vulnerable, potentially facing rejection, and making the grand gesture. That's uncomfortable because women have gotten used to being pursued, not pursuing. The shock reveals the double standard. Women want equality when it benefits them, career advancement, sexual freedom, financial independence, but they still expect traditional male behavior when it comes to dating and commitment. Men should approach, men should pay, men should propose. The women who proposed are actually practicing real equality. They saw men they wanted to marry and took action instead of waiting passively. That should be celebrated if equality is the goal. But it's shocking because deep down, most women still expect men to do the heavy lifting in relationships. These proposals expose that contradiction. If you're truly an equal partner, you should be willing to propose, pursue, and risk rejection just like men do. The fact that it's still rare and shocking proves most women aren't interested in that kind of equality.
On behalf of all girls, I just wanted to say, if you're a guy and you're bold, you take initiative, you're assertive, you go after what you want, that is so attractive. That is the most attractive quality. If you're ever pondering and you're wondering, I don't know if I should go approach that girl, what if she rejects me? If she rejects you, just move on. Onwards and upwards, she was not meant for you. There are girls out there that so truthfully appreciate a man being assertive, going after what they want. Men are now in their princess era where they're like, well, if a girl likes me, she's gonna come talk to me. Well, if a girl likes me, she's gonna go after me. 98% of girls, even if they're not interested in you and you come up in a respectful manner and way and talk to us, we'll still appreciate the gesture no matter what, and we'll let you down in a nice way if we're not interested. Why go through life scared to do things? Because this one shot that you do could change your whole life. Now, I know there are girls that can just be blatantly rude and reject you, but it's like, well, thank God they were blatantly rude and rejected you because you don't want to be with that girl anyway. There's girls that have gone up and complimented and they look at me like I'm the problem. They look at me like, thanks. Which I'm actually giving you a compliment, by the way. I know what some girls are like that can just be rude for no reason, but I'm promising you 98% of us, 95% of us, I don't know. For the most part, if you are kind and respectful and you come up, and if we end up saying like, oh, we have a boyfriend, or oh no, we're not interested, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's no problem. Like, I hope you have a great day, and you walk away. We're not going to be rude to you. We're not going to bash you. We're going to walk away with dignity and respect, and we'll actually admire you because it takes a lot of guts to go up and approach someone. And it's so attractive if a guy isn't afraid to go up and approach, because men don't do it anymore. Just know, if you see someone and you think they're cute, freaking go for it. You don't want to look back and regret not doing something about it. And you never know what that one little time interaction could do. It could literally be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
She says bold, assertive men who take initiative and go after what they want are the most attractive. Great. So where did they go? Here's the truth. Men aren't in a princess era waiting around to be chosen. Men have better things to do with our time than chase women in a culture that punishes pursuit. You want boldness? Being bold got labeled creepy. You want initiative? Taking initiative got called harassment. You want assertiveness? Being assertive got labeled toxic masculinity. You want men to go after what they want? Going after women got men publicly shamed, rejected, and accused. So men stopped. Not because we're lazy or passive, because we're smart. We calculated that chasing modern women isn't worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. We have businesses to build, skills to develop, money to make, hobbies to enjoy, and peace to maintain. Why would we sacrifice all of that to pursue women who made it abundantly clear they don't want to be pursued? Except when they do, and we're supposed to telepathically know which is which. Men redirected that bold, assertive energy toward things that actually reward it. Our careers, our passions, our purpose. Things that don't reject us, accuse us, or waste our time. You want men to pursue you again? Make it worth our while. Create an environment where boldness is rewarded, not punished. Until then, we're good. We're building, and we're not interested in playing your games.
The bar is so fucking low. The bar is like underground. The bar is so... I actually started crying in the car because this guy that I was meant to go on a date with, I called him and it went straight to voicemail, and I was like, hey, it went straight to voicemail. He's like, oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. And I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to disturb you. And then I was like, why do even men have the ability to use Do Not Disturb? And he's like, I've been disturbed all week. And I'm like, okay, then why think you have the energy or the capacity to be with a woman if you don't have the energy to answer a phone call? And he was like, oh, I want affection. And I'm like, but what are you giving in exchange if nothing? I am so smart and articulate, and I've traveled the world, and I've started a business, and I've lived by myself, and I've kept dogs alive for 8 years, and I speak 3 languages, and I'm close with my family, and I can cook.
The last 15 seconds of your video explains why. All of those things that you have mentioned in the last 15 seconds of the video are irrelevant to a man. Men don't care about those things. They don't make you more attractive in the eyes of a man. Men want the opposite: soft, feminine, nice, caring, and non-combative women. The fear of poisoning a peaceful life? Men see what happens in most relationships and they don't want the same drama.
Okay, so not long at all into my browsing through my likes on Hinge, I come across this profile, this guy who has pictures with, he's friends with this other guy that I actually, went on a few dates with a while ago, right? So remind me of this story about him. So this guy and I, we matched just a couple years ago. We match, we end up going on a couple dates, it ends up fizzling out, whatever. 6 months later, he likes me again on Hinge, which you have my number, but whatever, I'll play the game. So we start messaging on there. He's talking about one of the pictures on my profile is me at a bar. He was like, oh my gosh, is this from room 40? Were you at room 40? I was like, room 40, not familiar, no. And he said, oh my gosh, it's this new bar, it's right across the river, it's so, so cool. I can't believe you haven't been there. I'm gonna have to take you on a date to room 40. And so I was like, yeah, you can take me on a date to room 40. Sounds fun, whatever, would love to check it out. So we're texting and he keeps bringing up, this is over a course of a couple days. He keeps bringing up room 40. He's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't been to room 40. I can't believe you haven't heard of it. You're gonna love it. It's so much fun. It's such a cool vibe. I can't wait to take you there. Da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, sounds fun. Looking forward to it. Just let me know when. He does this multiple times, within our regular conversations until, again, over the course of a couple days, finally he brings it up one more time. And I'm like, dude, I've looked it up at this point. Can't find anything on it. I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, Emma, I really hate to do this to you. I'm like, what? He's like, I just really hate to do this to you. I'm like, what? And then he sends not a text, but a voice memo of him saying, room 4D's nuts in your mouth. I just got a D's nuts joke ran on me by a 25-year-old. He was 25, 26 at the time. And it's he set this up, he set the foundation and then let this joke run for a couple days, dangling the bait in front of my face every single time he was bringing it up until finally he decided to pull the trigger by sending, again, not a text, but a voice note of him saying a D's nuts joke to me. So, yeah, needless to say, We never went to room 40. We never went anywhere, and I haven't talked to him since.
That's actually hilarious. I'm sorry. You were not admiring his dedication. He saw the opportunity and had to make use of it. Mad respect for the hustle.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Are you single?
Yes.
Do you think dating gets easier as you age, or is it going to get harder?
I feel like it might get harder, but I feel like it will be easy for me. I don't know.
How so?
Because I'm not like these typical girls that are out here showing naked. I'm very like housewife material. I have discernment. Yeah.
What would you say makes you a good housewife, though?
I would say I would listen to my man. Like, I would be there for him. I feel like that's an answer that every woman gives, but in reality, I am very like, my man leads, I follow.
He says, we're leaving Miami because I have a better job in Minnesota. You're going with him.
Definitely, yes, that's my man. I'm gonna go with him.
If he told you, I don't like what you're wearing today, it's a little bit too provocative, you would change for him.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm not even comfortable wearing shorts.
If he told you Lisa isn't the best influence in your friend group, you should probably spend less time with her, you'd listen to him.
Yes, because they're not around my friends as much as I am, so they're able to see things I cannot see.
So where do you think so many women get lost in the, I'm an independent girl and I just don't need a man in my life?
I think it's the internet. The internet has changed women into believing that they can do things on their own, and they don't need to listen to a man until they're in their mid-30s and buying their own drink and realizing, well, damn, I should have gotten that man when I was in my mid-20s.
She's special. Hope you have a wonderful life. I will give the credit to her family for raising her the right way. At 19, she's already a role model. The women above 19 need to learn from her. She is gold. That's what a high-value man is looking for.
I matched with a guy on Hinge who lives in my apartment complex. So I had seen this guy around before. We have these study rooms in my apartment and I've always seen him studying in there and I always thought he was cute. We matched on Hinge and I immediately recognized him. I also knew it was him because one of his pictures was taken in our apartment hallway mirrors. And I recognized the carpet, I recognized the mirror, so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is him. So we start chatting and it was a Friday night and I was getting ready to go out for drinks with friends. He's like, well, could I come over and hang out while you get ready? And I'm like, sure. So I am like done getting ready. I have to leave the house in like 5 minutes. I don't have that much time to hang out, but I thought it was a good idea to, I don't know, meet him for a second. So he comes over, very chill vibes. I'm like spraying my perfume on. I'm ironing my pants, like running out the door. We get to know each other for a couple minutes. Then we kiss. As one does. It was a very good kiss. It was a very short kiss, and that was that. I didn't have his phone number. The only way I could contact him was through Hinge. Well, then I deleted my Hinge account, so I had no way of contacting this man. A couple weeks later, I re-download my Hinge, of course, and we match again. He's like, why did you unmatch me? And I was like, I didn't. I deleted my account, and then I had no way of reaching you. And he's like, okay, well, I'd like to hang out again. And I'm like, me too. On another night that I was going out, when I got home, he came over. One thing led to another, and it was awful. Without going into too much detail, it was not a good time. So when he left my apartment, I would be fine never speaking to that man again. I didn't text him, he didn't text me. So, you know, we live in the same apartment complex. It's likely we're gonna run into each other. We had actually run into each other one time before this in the mailroom in between the two Hinge matches. I get home from my daughter's dance class and we are parked in the garage, which is underneath the apartments. We're taking the elevator up, the door opens, and guess who's standing right there? This apartment man. I have my daughter with me, so I'm not going to acknowledge him, but we just kind of looked at each other. We walked past him, I turned around and smiled like, hey. Then I texted him and I said, LOL. And I'm gonna read you our text exchange from that point on, because these texts are diabolical and this man is diabolical. I came with receipts this time. This was November 13th. After I ran into him in the elevator, I said, LOL. He said, who is this? I sent him this emoji. He sent a question mark. So I sent him a screenshot of our texts right above this, coordinating him coming over to my apartment. He said, I can't remember who that is, sorry. I said, that's wild. He said, maybe you got the wrong number. Obviously, he's rage baiting me. I said, STFU, LOL. He said, you trying to, is that why you texted me? I said, nah. He said, I don't think you should have my number. I'd suggest you delete it. I said, oh, did I hurt your feelings? He said, I still don't know who you are. Yeah, sure. That was November 13th. Last night, I get a text from this man. I never responded after he said, I still don't know who you are. He responded to one of my old texts, which means he knew who it was all along because he didn't delete our messages. And he said, all you want to do is F. I said, who is this? He said, well, I guess you're not in the mood tonight, for lack of a better word. I said, I am, just not for you. He said, me too. So stop reaching out when you see me around. Oh, you reached out to me. I said, you texted me, LOL. And then I said, are we flirting right now? He said, absolutely not. I just found out who you are and texted you to let you know never to text me again. I'm not interested and please get rid of my number. Thanks. After he texted me, okay, he double texted me asking me to hook up. I said no because it was not a good time. I said, you're bald, bye. And that is the end of that. If I ever see him again, it'll be awkward. But for him to literally be the one to reach out to me, asking me to hook up, then to say, oh yeah, I just wanted to reach out to say never talk to me again after I rejected him. Hey Google, play Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter.
Literally, she always thinks she's hurting the men she entertains. Seriously, it sounds like her ego was bruised. Girl, let it go. He's not interested. It sounds like he hated the hookup just as much as you did, and it's a fabulous lesson to not hook up with people in the same complex.
Oh, okay.
100%. If that man has enough focus energy to get that good at bowling, that means he has the ability to have enough focus and attention to be an amazing partner in life. The only thing here is that you have to be as interesting to him as bowling is to him. Which, look, girl, I'll tell you straight up right now. Your reaction was not very interesting or enthusiastic. So if you want that man, you're gonna have to put in a little bit more effort. Even if it's just a little smile, a little giggle, a little high five, a little congratulations, that's awesome. You could even say the words like, wow, that was a really good move. Especially that last one, because that's getting into compliment zone, and men eat that up. They live off of that because they never get compliments. That's it, it's that easy. Just step up your game.
She's already a red flag. The posing afterwards was a bit much, but he's enjoying himself. He is being himself up front. Compliment him instead of pulling out your phone. They shaming us for being happy in any way now? Dude's got a hobby. Let him be happy. If she doesn't like that, she's not for him.
I went on a first date and it happened again. Let me tell you guys what I mean. And if you like this type of content, you like my awful dating life, feel free to drop me a follow. I kind of regret telling you guys all the stories because I feel like this is now just a setup for my life. Like, people want to make it on the page. I'm not here for you to turn into one of my TikTok stories. But let me tell you what happened. Ended up matching with this girl on Hinge. She was honestly in her early 40s, which is a decent amount older than me, but still fair game. She disclosed that she was in her early 40s. I was like, thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. And we got to texting for a few days. We finally decided to plan a date, and we decided to meet at the restaurant. The day of the date comes. We're going to meet at like 6:30. I get there at 6:15, nice and early, scope the place out, make sure I have parking. I live in a big city, so it's not always easy to find parking. I text her, I'm here. She goes, oh, awesome, I'm like 3 minutes away. Yeah, where are you? Because 25 minutes goes by before she shows up. If you are running late, just tell me. I'm not going to be that mad at you. You know when I am going to be mad? When I wait 25 minutes and you tell me you're going to be 3. She finally shows up. At this point, it's almost 7 o'clock. And she tells me she's here. I go, let's meet at the door. I go meet her at the door. This lady does not look early 40s. She looks, I would say, like late 50s to mid 60s. All of her hair is white and gray. I swear to God, she had more chin hair than I did. I would not call this peach fuzz whatsoever. I felt like I was taking my grandma to dinner. She had good style, though. Her outfit was cool. As soon as I saw her, though, and introduced myself, I go, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I plan to split the bill. Is that okay with you?" I was trying to scare her off, because honestly, I was hungry, but I was not... She wasn't what she said she was, okay? I was not paying for her food when you look 15, 20 years older than you say you were. She's like, no, that's not a problem. And she thanks me for coming, tells me she's really lonely since her husband died, and I'm like, okay. Little bit of a trauma dump there. I feel bad now for judging you, but you also lied to me, so... Okay, finally, we go in the restaurant after that whole little conversation outside. Sitting at the table at this point, just talking, and she tells me, "Hey, like, I really appreciate you coming. I'm so sorry I don't look like my pictures. I took those a while ago." You don't say. Maybe you should update your profile. But again, this lady just told me her husband passed away recently. I don't want to be a dick, and she also said she was okay splitting the bill. So I might as well eat some food, have a conversation, go home. And I really wish it would have been that simple. I ask her what she wants to eat. She tells me she's not that hungry. She's just here for conversation. Yeah, I feel like you might know where this is going. Waiter comes over. I end up ordering, honestly, what looked like one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. I love a good burger. It was a mac and cheese bites burger. Think of like big patty, lettuce, tomato, onion, fried mac and cheese on top. The waiter asks her what she wants to order. And this is where it starts to get bad. This is how I know she's seen my TikToks. And I never would have expected this from an old lady. And if you're offended by me calling a late 50s, early 60s person an old lady, sorry, but I'm 25. That's old to me. She orders 8 orders of crab rangoon. 8 orders of crab rangoon. In case you didn't hear me, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orders of crab rangoon. And the waiter asks, goes, "Do you want some of these boxed up?" She goes, "No, please bring them all out." I am once again amazed. And at this point, I feel like I know what's happening. So I don't really care. We're splitting the bill. It's not my problem. As soon as the waiter walks away, I just go back to conversation. I ask her, I go, "I thought you weren't that hungry. Like, you just ordered 8 crab rangoons." She goes, "Yeah, I might be hungry later." And then we just go back to normal conversation. The waiter comes out with my food. Burger looks beautiful. And to my surprise, he brought out 8 orders of crab rangoon. And I knew she didn't expect that to happen because when he dropped the food off, she goes, "Oh my God, you have it." The waiter's like, "Yeah, this is what you ordered. I would have told you if we were out." Had one of those looks on his face, like, "What did you expect? I brought you the food you ordered." He asked if we need anything else. She's like, "No, we're all set." And we go back to eating our food and having conversation. She literally ate 1 crab rangoon. Not 1 order of crab rangoon, 1 crab rangoon. I finished my burger. Immaculate. She boxed up 39 crab rangoons. The waiter comes over, asks for all set. I go, "Yes, can we please have separate checks?" He leaves to go get separate checks. She goes, "You were serious?" I go, Yeah, I was." And she starts trying to give me a sob story about how she can't afford that much on dinner. And I look at her and I go, "No one told you to order 8 orders of crab rangoons. You only had 1. Why would you do that?" She slunks back in her seat and she goes, "Am I going to make it on TikTok?" Excuse me, lady? Did you just come on this date so I could post a video about you? Like, did you You're 60. Why are you doing this? This is the behavior of 20-something-year-old girls. Why do you want to be on social media at the age of 60? And I look at her and I go, "I don't know, Karen. But please don't waste people's time like this." Paid my bill, left the restaurant, blocked her number. I am a human, not a storytelling machine. Is this what famous people feel like? They just get used for some sort of fame or notoriety? Because I hate this.
8 orders of what? She wanted to be on your TikTok? Mission accomplished. I'm sorry that happened to you again. Hang in there. The right lady is out there. All the best.